Hey guys, it's Spencer here, and today I'm bringing you what seems like the 1,000 reviews on these two knives. Before I get started, I just want to say I sent 1,000 reviews just because my phone's having this weird issue where it just randomly stops recording. I don't know if it's because my space on it's too low or what. So if you guys know what that is, leave a response in the comment section below. That would be greatly appreciated. So today I kind of have a review on two similar knives, but they're also very different in their own way. So as you can both see, they're both the Kwaiken design, which has to be my favorite knife design in general just because of its overall sleekness. And I think it looks super cool how that blade just completely drops into the handle. So I'll be showing you the two examples that I have, the Boker Kwaiken and Hoback Kwaiback. Before I get into the actual knives, I just want to do a quick shout out to their companies just for their overall packing job. So when you get most Spyderco knives or something, you'll get, you know, like your little cardboard box that and some what's it called, bubble wrap. But when you, even just for a knife like this that costs even less than a Spyderco, you get this really nice foam little presentation box where you can just, the knife just comes like that, and it looks nicer, probably holds your knife in nicer. If I can never get it back out. And this is for a $120 knife, as opposed to some Spydercos. And then, if you heard that noise, that's for the Kwaiback. You got this nice little wood box that opens up, and it has, you have two little foam inserts that have your knife on both sides. I just thought I had to mention these two boxes because I've been getting some knives and the packaging is just kind of, it's there. It doesn't really do anything, because when you get a Strider, which almost costs as much as this Hoback, you get it in just like a little box and a bag. So I thought I would mention that. So we're looking at two Kwaikens today, the Boker Kwaiken and the Hoback Kwaiback. So as you can see, the handle of this one has actually been anodized, and so is the back spacer. Let's see if we can, the light's over here, so I'm going to see if I can try to show. You have a nice green back spacer, and the handles are kind of orange peeled and anodized purple. Let's see if you can kind of get it. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the camera. So overall, I'll just get into the specifications of this little Boker. So as you can see, the handles are titanium. It's a liner lock, which I actually prefer the liner lock, just because I feel like I won't overextend it because there's the scale. It has a BG10 steel blade that is stone washed, so it hides most EDC wear really nicely. Let's see if we can get it focused. Can we? I don't know. And it's running on IKBS, if my camera just wants to focus. There we go. And it's a Lucas Burnley design. Both of these knives have been reviewed probably thousands of times. I just thought I'd bring my own thoughts and input out there. This knife is extremely well made. I know there's been some controversy around Boker, but honestly, there's nothing wrong with this knife. It flies out super smooth. The blade's super free. I mean, the centering's a little bit off, but I could probably just tighten that pivot up, and everything would be all good. So open, this knife is a little bit shorter than the Kwaiback. It's 8.375 inches open, and it's got a 3.5-inch blade. I just love playing with both of these knives because the actions are insane. And so here is the Kwaiback, which opened, it's a little bit longer. It's 9 inches long, and the blade's 3 3/4 inches, and it's got a stone-washed handle and a stone-washed blade. It's got that nice Tonto style blade, which I just think is one of the coolest blades out there. It's got the Hoback Psalm 23 markings on it, like all the other Hobacks do. It's titanium frame lock, and I think the blade steel is CPM 20CV. I could be wrong. There's no markings on the blade, so if you guys know what that is, leave it down in the comments section. It came insanely sharp out of the cool little box that I showed you guys. So I've got to say the Kwaiken has to be my favorite just style of knife, just because the sleekness and how the blade just completely falls in the handle. So it just slips right in your pocket without taking up much space. Neither of these knives are too heavy. The Kwaiback is about 5.8 ounces. So it's kind of heavy, but honestly for how long of a knife it is, it doesn't feel that heavy. And the Kwaiken is 5.4 ounces, which I don't really care about weight, so when I'm carrying it, so it doesn't really bother me. I like how the blade just completely slips in your pocket, as opposed to something like this cold steel, where you have all this kind of extra space being taken up. Oops, just scratched the wall. I wouldn't use this knife particularly for hard use, just because it's probably not the strongest thing out there. But if you really wanted to beat on this Hoback, as opposed to like normal EDC tasks, you definitely could. It's got blade steel, so that will make it so you probably won't have to sharpen it all that much. I've only had to strop it once or twice just because of my EDC tasks. Oops, my friend's texting me. And just for size comparison, as you've seen, I have this cold steel code 4. So as you can see, the code 4 is just a little bit bigger than the Kwaiken. If we stand them up, it's got a little bit of height on it, but it's I'm getting a lot of Instagram DMs about people asking about this K2 that I have up for sale or trade. If you're interested in it, my Instagram is knife__life, and you'll see that I have this K2 up, and I actually have a custom DSK prototype javelina, which you guys will see in a coming video. But back to the Kwaikens. I'm in love with these designs just because it's not super huge. Like you can tell my hands aren't very big, but it lets me just wrap around and get a good grip, even though Kwaiken's like no jimping. It's not really a hard use knife. Whoops. And Kwaiback, it has this place for you to put your finger, and it just melts right in your hand. Let's see if I can get if you can see that smoothness. It's not completely free dropping like the Kwaiken, but it is silky smooth. Oh, and one last thing, the flippers, the Hoback flipper, you kind of have to set your finger on top of it before you want to flick it out, because if you just set it like that, it's just kind of going to stab in to the tip of your finger. And so I really like that flipper. Once you get to learn how to use it, it's really nice. But I have to say I like the Boker flipper better, just because you can just set your finger on it and boom, it just fires out. Fire out with, like, see if I can do it with my middle finger. Yeah. First finger, this is probably not going to work. Yep. Hit my tripod again. Apologize for hitting the tripod so much. Gotta figure out a better way to put my knives and record them. But yeah, those have been my thoughts and opinions on these two knives. If you guys like the video, just let me know in the comments below. And if you had to choose between these two knives, which would you choose? I know it's not that fair of a comparison. I mean, because mostly anyone would choose the Kwaiback, because all around it's a better knife, but it's also 5 times price, I think. This one being like, what, $650, and this one being $120. And honestly, for the price, this is a great knife. It's got BG10, titanium handles. It won't let you down. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.